In the last episode, we finished off our spawner dimension, and in the comments, somebody said that maybe torches or light level will help this spawner work. It does not. It doesn't spawn anything. So, as I said in the last episode, we're not gonna talk about it. In between episodes, I had a bit of building inspiration and I laid out at least a framework for how I want this room to start looking, and to not bore you with a lot of building, I'm just gonna copy paste most of the things because it's gonna be super easy. For example, all of these corners are gonna be exactly the same. So all I need to do is rotate this a bunch and place it down. Here in the middle, we're gonna have a little bit of a chain and kind of like the same kind of design. And because it's 4 tall, we can't have a lamp in the middle for a little bit of lighting, but it is all good. It's gonna look neat. All the walls are in, but I'm trying to figure out the ceiling and I can't really figure something neat out at this point in time. So we're gonna get distracted by going all the way up here and starting our botanical journey. Hi bees. How did you get out? Hello? Here. You are forever in the system. I think here we're gonna go with a little bit of more of a destructive way of getting a room. Because... Okay, fine game, be that way. Where's my map? You used to be able to disable chunk explosions, because by default, when you have chunks claimed, it prevents explosions inside of them, and I can't find the setting for it. But I think we can just unclaim some chunks. Yes, I think we can unclaim these. Right click. Ah, there we go. We're gonna unload, I think these. Right click, shift, right click, there we go. And now I hope that we can make an explosion. Huzzah! Okay, cool. Alright, so we can do a little bit of a natural kind of type thing. We're gonna try and make some of these explosive arrows with an explosion radius of 2. And I don't want to use this with my super bow because it's gonna toss like 17 arrows and possibly make a mess. But yeah, that works. Awesome. I can just go around and possibly explodify things. Oh, it's very small though. And I believe EFLNs are gonna be a bit too big. Yeah, and very symmetrical. Just because I want to see what happens if I do this bow plus this arrow. We're gonna try it in the Twilight Forest. Oh, it doesn't do its thing. Oh, maybe it's using this arrow? Hold on. Maybe now? Nope. Okay. So something prevents it from being explosive-y. Now that we have a tiny bit of breathing room, I decided to put back our old endoflame setup with a few improvements. I put a redstone link here that is a receiver on the coal block setting with a torch and a factory dropper that is set to basically continuously drop if the external signal is on. And that means that as long as he doesn't have a signal, he's not going to drop anything. So we have a redstone link that is transmitting down here from this pressure plate, which we can easily just cover up like that. And that means that this guy will work. As soon as they eat up the coal, it's gonna drop another one. The first thing that we are gonna automate is living wood and living rock, because I'm gonna be using a bunch of those blocks around here because they're really pretty. And to break the blocks, we're gonna see this happen in a moment. I am gonna be using the structures here that are set to living wood on a whitelist, and then here I'm using the same thing, but the structures set on living stone on whitelist. Living rock, I should say. There it goes. To place the blocks, we're gonna be using a builder for RF Tools Builder. And you can just shift right click on the builder and then you select the first corner and then the second corner. And now the settings have been copied to the shape card, and I believe I can toss it in here. We need to give him some power and a bit of inventory as well. Power, inventory, and then if I break this, will you do your job? I think I need to on to activate. Huzzah! Works. Simple. And if we set it to keep running with a redstone signal, we can just power it and then it should keep going pretty much indefinitely. And this is pretty much automated living wood. What I did is put a detector behind the builder, which is going to give it a redstone signal to get it working. And this is detecting if we have less than 1,000 living wood in the system, which we currently have. And this guy is placing blocks. So over here on top, it's its inventory, which is a drawer with a storage downgrade. So it can hold a single stack of items. So we don't export all of the wood out of the system into here. And here is just a regular exporter exporting said wood. And everything is hooked up down here by just regular old cabling. So here we are going to have the storage for the living wood with just an external storage on the back. And that's as simple as it gets. And now I have to do the exact same thing here for the living rock. And there we go. Now we have both of the things automated and they're going to run until we have 1,000 of each of the things in the system. The next thing that we need to make is the Runic Altar, and we get a choice of some rewards here. I believe we get a choice reward of either of these runes, and we also get a Rod of the Shifting Crust. We have one set of each of the runes, pretty much, plus the extra fire rune that we got from the quest, and how I got the ingredients for him here is super simple. I never thought of this before. I always thought you needed to automate the thing and fully get it working. I never really just thought of why can't I just request the ingredients to a barrel and then put them manually in the altar for the beginning at least. So I made patterns for all of the runes basically. And for these it's not going to work because I don't have everything automated just yet. For example, for this one we need cake, which we don't have automated yet. And for the basic ones, it does work. And what I can do is I can request, let's say we want a few more air runes, right? We're going to start it. We're going to get all the ingredients. We can grab them out, manually toss them on the altar for now. It's going to do its thing. And here we have a request for 2 air runes, which we need to complete. So I can just toss in 2 air runes here. Importer puts them in and we complete the request. We can grab them out and the thingy is complete. If we wouldn't do that, we would have a whole bunch of tasks that we would have to cancel at the end of this, which again would be fine, but I'd rather just do it as we go so we don't get too many things in the Art of Storage system. And with all of those runes, we can now craft a Terrestrial Agglomeration plate, for which to set up, we're gonna need some lapis. I don't know what I just tried to type there, but lapis and living rock, and that should complete the quest. Yes, and we get a spark. Or possibly 2. You just get 1. Okay, so we need another spark. And we're gonna put this just somewhere here for the moment. It's gonna be very cramped, but it is what it is. So I think we put lapis like this, and then living rock in the corners. Like that, and then the plate here. And then we put a spark here, and then we grab some mana diamond, mana steel, and mana pearl. And if we right click each one of those and maybe turn off our magnet, we should be getting Terrestrial. Huzzah! Ta-dum! I thought it was gonna make a bunch of noise. Oh, we get a Globetrotter sash as a reward. Awesome. Do we have a belt slot that is open here? We do. This allows us to move much quicker. I don't know if it's too quick. I mean, maybe I'll just make the Sojourner sash. Let's see, which one is better? This is super speedy. This one is less speedy, but speedier than before. I think I like this better. I don't want to be super speedy. Yeah, I think this is good. And you need to make Terrestrial to make Natura pylons, which allow you to get access to the living wood portal, which isn't the portal to a different dimension, but it's not also called a living wood portal. It's called an elven gateway portal thingy doodle. So we need a bit of glimmering living wood as well. Nice, and we get a full mana tablet as a reward. Awesome. I'm gonna put this right here on the back because we have space. And in between episodes, I'll be expanding the room. This is not going to be the maximum size, just so you're aware. So we put some living rock in the floor like this, and then the gore in the middle, and then some living rock like this, and then glimmering, bam, bam, more living. And like that, and then glimmering in the middle. And then I believe we put the mana pools somewhere close by. We can put them like this. Natura pylons on the top of the mana pools, not on the side. There we go. And then we just need some mana in these pools. So what I can do is I can grab my Wand of the Forest. This guy is accepting mana, and we're gonna toss it like this. Give it like half a mana pool. Well, a mana tablet is not a full mana pool. It's only like half a mana pool. So a quarter of mana each is gonna be good. And I believe Vasky changed how this portal works. It drains a little bit of mana to open it. So like, yeah, that took like half a mana tablet of mana. And then it only drains once it does a trade, I believe. It's not gonna drain all the time. But we can get a Spark Augment that's gonna just charge everything. Plus, I didn't tell you, I made a mana splitter, which is basically splitting mana from this mana splitter into 4 different mana pools. So we can have this running longer. We can now firstly toss our Lexica Botania in. Okay, we unlock new chapters, a whole bunch of things. And the main thing that I would want here is Pixie Dust. And we can get Elementium, Dragonstone, and Pixie Dust, which is also made with some mana diamonds. Let's do 16 of each. Oh yeah, and the mana steal is 2 for 1. Ooh, and the other thing we can do is we can grab some living wood, which I have on me, but I want to do a stack. And I believe if we toss this in, we get Dreamwood, which allows us to make better mana splitters. Which I will immediately upgrade because it's gonna be easiest to do it directly. So we're gonna do that and that. And then link everything up. And the challenge with Botania is to get to the Everlasting Guilty Pool, which requires mechanical crafting of 81 crafters. And we need some Gaia Spirit ingots, which are made with 4 Gaia Spirits, which we're gonna get from the Gaia fight. So we just need to fight the Gaia a bunch of times, and we should get those pretty easily. And I think with our armor, it shouldn't really be an issue. So we also then need a whole truckload of mana tablets that are full. And each mana tablet, as we saw, is, I believe, half a mana pool, I think. Yeah. So each mana pool is going to equal to 2 mana tablets. We need a total of 58 full mana tablets, if I'm correct with counting. We're going to make some Spark Augments. There we go. Recessive Augment. And we can just toss this onto here. So basically, this Recessive Augment is just going to transfer all of the mana that our Endoflames make to these 9 mana pools, which is going to store a bunch more mana than just that 1 or those 4 that we had before. And what I can actually do in between episodes is just wait for these to fill up, then put some mana tablets on them, drain them, and then we can easily get 58 mana tablets for the crafting recipe. And we don't need to do any sort of other thing with automation, because this, over time, is going to get us where we need to go. To make it just slightly faster, I have made just a few more Endoflames. I think this is possibly the max that this mana spreader can take. It might not be, because it's still just gaining mana very, very quickly. At one point it was fully backed up, but I don't know, it's working fine just now. And I've added also a network receiver here with just an exporter for coal, so we basically have this fully automated, and we don't have to worry about it. And it's just hooked up to here with this transmitter, because all of this is actually temporary, because the plan is to make the creative mana pool and then build everything else around it. One thing that we could also try and use that is super simple to set up is this Rosa Arcana. This and like this. And then tap here. Go. Yep, now it's full. And I think it's dropping too much XP. And I don't think I can turn this on and off with redstone. And I don't know if there's any other way of me generating XP orbs other than having a mob farm. I think I have a bit of a solution. I made 2 more Rosa Arcanas, and I have 3 XP taps, each per Rosa Arcana. I have a Singularity tank, and then a pipe here with just the basic pipe upgrade. So we're basically limiting the amount of XP that's going into the tank. And these are all pretty much full of mana. And they each one have a mana spreader, which is full of mana. So I think we would need the Gaia mana spreader for us to keep up with the mana that these guys produce. So with that, I want to thank you all so much for watching. I am really hoping you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, make sure to hit the like button. You can also subscribe to get notified of when new videos go live. And you can also support me on Patreon as well, if you want. And I will see you all in the next episode. Have a good one. Bye-bye.